Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in as always, and thanks ever so much for all your ongoing support. Likes, subscribes, shares, comments, discussions, hints, tips and tricks, all massively appreciated. Right, today, completely and utterly unplanned wash for a number of reasons. I was doing my mum's interior yesterday, that's uploading now, and I've been back this morning just to finish off some pet hair removal and using the big boy blower to dry the interior so it doesn't get wet or mouldy or anything like that. And also, weather forecast was supposed to be horrific all weekend, so I'd been planning all week to do some tool reviews just to keep the channel content creation meandering along. Anyway, as you can see, the sun has come out. So what we're doing today is, I thought we'll just go, I'll try and get as many cars cleaned as possible in as smaller amount of time as possible. I've got the big boy blower out already, that's in the back of the Fabia, so we can use that to expedite the drying process. Ideal for this time of year because you can use it to warm your hands as well. Wonderful. And just to quickly cover off, Auto Bright Direct accidentally sent me a whole other Halloween mystery selection box. So not doing a full review of that today, but I did email them. I did say they can collect it if they like, you know, just for total honesty. And they said, no, that's fine, just review the stuff. Give us a shout out on your socials, happy days. So this kit contained Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels, which is over there. We'll look at that in a moment. And it also contained Magifoam, that is also over there in the Canon. So we're doing Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels for the wheels on as many vehicles as possible, starting with the S-Cross. We're using Magifoam, again, for as many vehicles as possible, starting with the S-Cross. And I've mixed up 3 portions ready of Polar Seal for sealing as many vehicles as possible today, just for speed. And for the poo of choice, we're using Auto Glim Bodywork shampoo and conditioner, and of course we've got 30 ml of Garage Therapy rinseless in each rinse bucket, ready to rock and roll. Anyway, so back to this. Once again, it was filled with things like toasted marshmallow snow foam, pumpkin spice shampoo, mummy's juice shampoo. So you're kind of padding, if you like. But it did, in this pack, no brushes, but more mainline products. So in my opinion, probably more expensive. So we got Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels, which is one of my favourite wheel cleaners, and also Magifoam, which I've tested before, very, very good. And to test in the future, we've got their Super Degreaser. There's 2 air fresheners as per standard padding fodder. And then we also have pink sheen interior satin dressing, which I very much look forward to testing another day. So gloves essential for Auto Bright Direct Just Wheels. We've got 30 ml in the bucket. AD Just Wheels shampoo, premium formulation of highly concentrated cleaners and degreasers to specifically target brake dust and road grime for effective cleaning of all wheel types. High foaming action is an aid to lubrication and increases contact time to safely lift and encapsulate brake dust and dirt. AD Just Wheels is a superb way to quickly restore the fresh look of your wheels. 20 ml in a bucket, and that's it. So it says not to get it on your skin or your eyes, and to wear gloves. So I filled a bucket to the absolute max and then put in 30 ml of that. So without further ado, let's get straight in and get into one of the filthy wheels. Actually, dirt analysis. How rude. So she is minging. Happy days. So we'll see how the plastic coat's getting on. Hopefully that is still aiding in the plastic stroke dirt adhesion process. You can see it's still got some degree of lift off, which is good. We're getting some accumulation here, and we'll see if plastic coat is still helping out. And as I say, we've got Magifoam. This just says 2 inches in the bottom, so it's pre the era when everything has to be measured loads. So I've got 800ml of water, 200ml of Magifoam, and I'm hoping it's going to be definitely plenty for this vehicle and another. Anyway, I'll get the camera low and we'll get a wheel done. So we'll get into a 1 wheel on cam, the rest off cam, and it's going to be a working fast type of day to retain some heat. I don't like wearing a gilet when I'm working, because what I've noticed in the past is you get to hear all that scritchy scratchy on the recording. No, not doing that. But we are doing that. Good gear, this Auto Bright Direct Wheel Shampoo. I've always liked it. Saw a review a couple of years ago by David McBay, and he enjoyed it, and I decided to give it a whirl myself, and I too very much enjoy the product. Nice and sudsy, nice and strong. It'll make light work of that. Superb, easy. Right, I'm going to buzz round all them, get that squared away, and then we'll start getting some foam on. Lovely. That was absolute simplicity, as we have come to expect. Nice. Right, we'll start offside, and we'll be back. Not going to go nuts for the product. Because I want to get round a couple of vehicles. There we go. I think we're due a field strip of the MJJC. It's getting to the point where it's only happy, not on full, which is irritating. Let's try backing off. There we go. Well, it isn't always rosy. like I say, we're due a field strip, I think, of the MJJC, but there we go. I certainly don't make time to test the Canon prior to shooting. However, I will give her a strip, rinse and lubricate. So while that's having a little think, I'm just going to get into the arches. So that we know that's all dealt with. If it wasn't for the fact I'd already pre-mixed the polar seal, I would of course swap out the Canon for the foam delivery. However, Canon is full, the spare Canon. So, good thing is about that little bit of spare time is that I know the wheels are totally neutralised, the chemicals that is. Right, let's get in and have a look. Right, it's getting near that time of year. Not bad actually, just picking up a tiny bit of dirt on the tip of my glove. Not bad at all, considering how dirty it was. We're getting near that time of year where we'll be doing, you know what, the swab tests. Anyway, I'm going to get that all rinsed and then we'll start getting the shampoo on. I need to find somewhere to put the Magifoam temporarily. Just realised I need the Canon for the shampoo. Right, back in a mo. So I found somewhere to store the Magifoam temporarily, and I've run a whole bottle of clean fresh water through the MJJC. And we're back in business. Which is good. So this is Auto Glim Bodywork shampoo and conditioner delivered using the MJJC. Happy days. Happy days. So I'll get this all over the vehicle. Lovely, lovely. That is what we need. Just get that all used up. Nice blanket all over the vehicle. Quick splish splash. 2 bucket and garage therapy rinseless as per current process preference. Nice, lovely, just a nice combo. Ooh, perfect. Sun going down, car getting washed. What's not to like? Let's get all this out of the way. Nice wide shot. Let's just enjoy. Why not? Why not? It's the perfect time of year for it. A nice, relaxing sundown, autumnal cleanse up. Happy days. Happy days. That's what I say. We'll get this done, get it rinsed, get it covered in Polar Seal, and then we'll get the blower out. A little treat for me. Right. God, there was a puddle. Well, no was about it. There is a puddle from, copious amounts of rain this week, which is a pain. Not from car cleaning. There we go. Not from car cleaning. Nice. A couple of swipes on that upper. And dunk. Get you a new. Ooh. Yeah. Lovely and grizzly. Lovely and grizzly. Get a plastic, nice do. We can go back round. Smashing. Smashing. Just remember, no rushing through the puddle or I will slide on my butt. No one likes to see that, eh? Right, let's give the back end a rudimentary buzz over and seal her up. Get her dry. I'm on the lookout for gritters. Get her dry. And then we're onwards and upwards. We are onwards and upwards. Lovely. That'll do. Going to use that rinseless solution to do the wheels on the Fab. And then I've got a new fresh bucket for after. Lovely. Nice, nice, nice. It's all alright as it goes. It's all alright. So plastic coat's breaking here where it gets the most clag, I guess. We're still getting sheet to dry there. Here's still quite hydrophobic. Undoubtedly helping proceedings. What it's all about. Winter maintenance wash of happiness. Get this one out of the way, and then I think we'll give Little Shed a little black. Time for that. It's time. Loads of time. Nice, nice, nice. Unfortunately, Subaru is filthy. Makes you think maybe someone's had a fire. It is absolutely caked. But not been anywhere. I'm sort of resisting any rain with her until I get out and do. I've got front wheel arch protection to do. Polar seal. going to try and do 3 vehicles for that. So I've used about that much, obviously, because this tapers out. There's more at the bottom, but I'm going to try and do 3 vehicles with that. That's the plan. Right, let's add a little dwell. Perfecto mundo. So let's keep it all moist, give it a good work around. That will keep her protected for another couple of weeks. I sort of missed the boat on applying another ceramic for S-Cross this year. Saw that faffing around underneath the Forester. But there's time for that. Plenty of time for that. I had a look at some, and a lot of them didn't really fancy being applied at 5 degrees, but I will keep an eye on the weather. We get a weekend where it's sort of 10, then yeah, ceramic is on. Nice, nice, nice. Make sure we've got the roof. Lovely. Right. Let's pause you there, bring you in, and we'll have a look at the blower. Alrighty. Living the dream. Nice, nice. Be round this in no time. What I found with this is that what you really want to be doing is trying to fire it off the end and that end and off the roof, because otherwise you're just pushing round and round and round and round. Anyway, wicked. Bone dry, no water spots, happy days. I'm going to get round the rest and I'll be back in a mo. Well, that was wonderful. 2 things regarding the blower. One of the reasons I had it out, as I say, is because I was drying the interior of my mum's car. and I thought it'd be nice to just use that autumnal, nice to have that warm air blowing through the tube and the handle, and obviously warm air coming out the end. And also my massive drying towel is in the wash, hence why it made perfect sense to use that today. However, it's probably not as quick as a cloth. So what I'm going to do with Fab is we'll do the same process again, but I'm going to do cloth to start, blow R to finish. So I'm going to get the car swapped round and get Fab in here, park S-Cross in that puddle, and then we'll get through Fab lickety split. And who knows, maybe another one. Just feeling that way inclined. I hadn't planned to do washing this weekend, weirdly, because the weather was supposed to be rubbish. I was up super early, finished my mum's car, so let's get a wash on, eh? Why not? So, little shed is plenty filthy too. Trust me. So we are doing wheels with the remains of the just wheels. Fabia was washed 1 week ago today. She had a little bit too much Geon wet coat, as pointed out by the viewers. I admit she has fared well. She's been dailied. She's been in horrific weather. 3 commutes to work and twice to my mother's to do interior on her vehicle. Just prepping that for sale, in case you're wondering. Nice, nice, nice. Let's hope the MJJC behaves itself. Maybe I need to get a backup. MJJC had been in touch with me probably the start of this year, so nearly a year ago, saying, do I want to test the new one? And yes, of course, massively. Anyway, they had some issues with the first batch, primarily based around the plastic not being strong enough. So even though it was a pro version, everyone said, well, there's no point having a pro one, which is technically for, you know, hardcore usage, if one drop and it's good night Vienna. Anyway, I'll tap them up on Monday, see if we can get one sent, because I'm getting near the point where my current one's starting to irritate me. And I need it. It's a tool. It's a tool. What I'm going to do is not rinse the wheels. This is the beauty of autumn washes. Just going to layer the foam on top and then rinse the whole lot. No, I'm not. I can hear people now in the comments. You risk putting the dirt from the wheels up the vehicle. True story. Right. True story. So we'll get them rinsed. Check cam. Cam is good. Fab. Happy. Happy little shed. Right, back first. Knock off what we can. I'm losing that grip. Thought there was a scratch. Ooh. get the majority off. Oh, fab water action, still great. Oh, yes, wonderful. We'll be having a look at that in a minute. Yeah, so this is loaded with, as rightly pointed out, too much Geon. Anyway, let's have a look anyway. I hope this bit's as good as the front. Check it out. Nice, nice. Whoop. Bit floody, but not terrible. Fabia. Fabulous. Yeah. Fabulous. Right, let's get the foam on. Pray for good foamage. Don't let me down. Do not let me down. Ah, thank the Lord. No. Yes. All right. Let's get her loaded up. Lovely. I've got to stop saying that, haven't I? Get the arches, obviously. Trying to convince myself that I need to do FOS as well. I do. Sorry. I do need to do it. Right, let's get all that on. It's all going on. I need it for another product. The beauty of a small car, that's what I say. Come on, hurry up. You can see it's still too thin. I can't put the device on maximum. But I'm not complaining. Let's get the job done, eh? Let's just get the job done. That'll do. Like I say, this was a total impromptu, unplanned wash. I had planned a tool review. Like I say, just to keep the content going. However, sun came out, it stopped raining. It didn't take much convincing to convince me that it would be a good idea to wash the car. Lovely little small car. By the way, Glaco's still working really well. Got to set up a rig in the car so I can film it without breaking the law. It's great. Just coming to the end of its lifespan, but still doing a great job. You'll be pleased to hear there'll be no ramblings of a madman banging on about roasts today, because I've already been and bought it. Good times. This has got one take written all over it. That's what I'm saying. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Get this side done while I'm here, very quickly. That is perfection. Perfection. My bad. Oh, I need to save that again. Idiot. Oh well. That'll be for Foz. Right. Clean hands in the minger. Give the wash media a jolly good rinse. Another pot of rinseless. Quick cam check. Everyone's winning. Oh no. And we're on. Oh, lovely. Ooh, that is a nice combo, that is. I know, I said that at the beginning. It's true. It is true. Right. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. well protected little Fabia. She has a good life. She has a good life. Right, that's that. Let's try and get this one taked, as I suggested. And then reset, park little shed up, get Foz out. Splendid. Right. Quick wallop round this side. Flip ski, dip ski. Fabulous. Just get the glass done. Mirror. Wing. Cam. Oh no. Camera could stay there. No sooner will I have moved it, I'll be round and we'll be rinsing. So for speed, let's just leave the camera there a moment. Sorted, as they say. I was speaking to someone from Toronto at work yesterday, and they said mint. I haven't heard anyone say that for ages. It made me laugh. Mint. Right. Oh, it's only 12 minutes. Living the dream. Living the dream. Right, let's get it done. Maybe my Canadian colleague will watch. Hope so. If so, hello Josh. Mint. Just a joke. It is a common British saying. Maybe not as common of late. Right, that is that done. Look at that. Smashing. I don't know, you may be thinking, where's the objective testing? Where's the, you promised demon shield? Well, like I say, this was an unscheduled, impromptu cleanse. I didn't think I'd be washing one car, let alone all. Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. I'll tell you one thing, a little bit of channel analytic faff. Seeing a little bit of a increase in viewing time throughout the week. And I'm of no doubt it's because I don't, you know, certainly wasn't any lack of content during the summer. And I've tried to stick to a firm regime of an upload per week. But with the weather being poo, people want to be indoors. So why not watch a Muppet like me doing it? Who wants to go out and get cold? Right, let's not go mad. See if we get the FOS done with that as well. I reckon I've got, oh no, Forester's a big car. We'll save that for the Forester. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I know I said I've got limited towels, or they're in the wash, but I did bring out two, a little teeny weeny one and a medium one. So we'll use the medium to get crack-a-lacking on this, get that done, then blow our finite park up FOS. Bit of a disappointment that you know, I wasn't able to show Magifoam in its best light due to issues with the MJJC. Anyway, there's another day for that. I will save enough for another shoot. Right, make sure that side's all dealt with. Make sure I'm clean. Water action's looking decent. Little shed's looking decent. Ready to serve for another week. Let's have a little look at the timer. I reckon 18 minutes. Happy times. Right, let's just push a smaller, well, medium cloth round just to knock off the top in my standard fashion that I like to do. Bit cyclic. Get the larger areas done. While we're at that, you know, water absorption phase, when the towel is just thinking about getting to its best, I might not need the blower. Fab will be disappointed. What was great is being able to do all the shuts, the fuel filler cap, wing mirrors, locks, handles, just great. Right. probably going to chuck it down with rain all week anyway. I said to a lady one morning when I was defrosting the Fabia, seemingly forever, the weather was horrible, and I said to her, at least, well, I'll be able to accumulate some dirt for the weekend. And she said, oh, your cars always look immaculate. Ah, that's a way to start the day, isn't it? That is a way to start the day. I don't think she knew what I meant when I said I'm looking forward to getting some dirt so I can make a video. I don't think she's one of the dog walkers that is aware of my car cleaning and chatting. You know Fabia wants a little blow. Too good to resist. Too good to resist. Right, let's give her bum a little goat. Just making sure we knock off. Ooh. On that side. What did anyone say? Knocking off the majority of the drips. And I've convinced myself that blow-R is a good idea. Same way I easily convinced myself that it's a good idea to be car washing today. Oh, I just had a vision. I thought, you know what, I'll hang this on the vehicle so it can dry somewhat, and then had this horrible thought, you know what would happen? Without shadow of a doubt, the blow-R would blow it on the floor and I would cry. Right. No drips on the wheels. Wonderful. I won't open the door because the inside is shocking. Look at little shed. So I'll get that dry, well, the other side and a bum, and then we're golden, and I'll get the fuzz out and we'll give that a wash too. And I'm making good time. I'll get everything put away and then get the dogs out for a walk. Right, back in the boat, see you in the boat. Right, let's get a side done together on cam, and then I'll hustle around the rest off cam. So wheels haven't been done for ages, and they have some residual garage therapy tyre serum sprayage, so she can have a little scrub, which I'm sure she'll enjoy, just to get rid of any residual GT and a little bit of dirt. Nothing major. I've sacked off the MJJC until that gets a field service. These don't need a lot. It's just a matter of getting out some of that dirt from the corners, which has been bothering me. Like I say, mainly remnants of GT. Not scrubbing the tyres loads because I recently treated them to GT, hence the flinginess. Just make sure that's perfect, which it very nearly is. She doesn't need a lot. So, sacked off the MJJC. I have put the Polar Seal, make sure I'm not waffling to myself. No, I've put the Polar Seal somewhere safe. So that I can use the Polar Blaster, and there was about an inch remaining in the of the Auto Glim shampoo in the MJJC, so I've transferred that into the Polar Blaster and then chucked a little splat of Polar Blast, Polar Wash, yeah, Polar Blast on top. And this is just getting rid of environmental film, not what I'm doing now, the overall wash. I don't know where it's come from, but somehow or other she's all dusty. So give the wheels a little bit of a splat, nothing too stratospheric. Oh, I've got to untangle a little. There we are. I'm not doing arches because, one, she hasn't been anywhere. Two, I don't want to drive moisture into every nook and cranny because I want to do arch protection. There's a little bit of rust I need to deal with, and once that's out of the way, I want to do some garage therapy tyre serum on the arch liners, topped off with Pearl. Here we are. Are we maxed? Yeah. Better. Right, while that's having a dwell, I better do them wheels, eh? Otherwise, you know, we're doing it in the wrong order. Let's get them wheels out of the way. I know I'm mad, but there you go. Got a lot to do. I don't know what I'm worried about, thinking that I'm shooting potential dirt off the wheels up the bodywork because I haven't driven the car. It's just been manoeuvred around the drive and washed. Anyway. That'll do. Let's just give them a quick blitz off, then we'll get back to foam. My sincerest apologies for the craziness. Just get them rinsed. Lovely. They need more work, but there's time for that. Now we can load her up. Super. Well, I don't want to rinse that off. Now we're talking, eh? That is a blanket. All good, right. Start busting that off. Yeah, that is great. It's one of those days where you think, oh, I wonder if I'll get away with not hand washing it. No. Mrs. said to me the other day when the weather was terrible, oh, I thought you'd take the Forester. And I was like, well, yeah, but I need to finish a little bit of winter underbody protection. Also, yes, the weather was terrible, but I just went and sat on the A12 for an hour to do a 23-minute journey, and then on the way home, sat for another hour to do a 23-minute journey. And just doing traffic in Foz is soul destroying. The clutch is designed to cope with 300 brake horsepower, not be comfortable in traffic. Fabia, on the other hand, she loves it. She'll just sit and idle forever, not use any fuel, happy as anything. Admittedly, if the weather got, you know, if we were in skiddy conditions, it might be a bit less fun. But yeah, need to prioritise getting that last bit of rust proofing done, and then get out for some winter fun in Foz. Best time of year for them. Perfect ambient air temperature, cold, moist. Best time for boost. You get to enjoy the grip. Lovely. You never guess what? I've nearly run out of waffle. True story. Don't tell the missus. I'm joking. She doesn't care. Doesn't listen. Yeah, baby. Right, she doesn't need a lot, so we're going to be really strategic with the washing. What do we think? I'll do the shampoo on with camera so we can see how much better it is with Polar Blaster. Never thought I'd say that. And then I'll pause, get her all finished and bone dry, and then we'll sign out. Do you reckon? What I'm thinking. Still pretty good water action actually from Fuzzo coat. Probably due a little topper, but she's fared well nonetheless. Must be quite a while since I put that on. Not to everyone's taste, I know. But work wonders on a black car. That I will say. Right, where's that cannon? Because I've been waffling so much, I'm mindful that camera might go flat. Imagine that. No sign out, no manners, just totally and utterly rude. Right, let's get this on, and then I will pause, get a hand washed, get a Polar sealed, and then we'll have a look at the end results. She's definitely getting the towel and big boy. Sorted. Get that on. That will do a treat. A little bit thinner on product this time. Doesn't need tons. Just enough for lubrication. I believe Bodywork shampoo and conditioner is one of the other car shampoos that also has rust inhibitors. Good, eh? Oh, I've got pressure washer arm. Get that all used up. Clean fuzz is happy fuzz. Right, let's smack on the old hyperlapse, shall we? Well, that is all as real time as it gets. Wonderful cleaning, drying with the big boy. Wicked. I should use it more actually. Really, really nice, especially for a winter, autumn dry. Wheels, arches, shuts, mirrors, handles. Nice, all good, all good. You do get the odd bit of like bubble splurt out round fixtures and fittings, etc., probably to be expected with a vehicle that has this much sort of plastic adornments, but all good nonetheless, and nice on the pauses, nice and warm. And I'm done. I am done. A few little bits I could do with QDing. There's a mark here, there's a mark there from previous not taking quite enough care and attention during Fos Love period. I think I had some drips dried, maybe 2 or 3 down the bottom, which is common for this car actually. They kind of, no matter how dry you think it is, you get these drips appearing here, and then the following day you've got lovely streaks. Anyway, I could blow her some more. Anyway, that's about it for now. S-Cross done, Fabia done, Subaru done to a reasonable level. Everything's good. I'm going to run around like an absolute nut, get as much as I can put away during the daylight hours, and then get the dogs for a walk. I really, really enjoyed that, mainly because I totally and utterly didn't expect to be cleaning cars. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for dropping by. As always, if you're enjoying the content, please consider watching another one of my videos. I'd really, really appreciate that. Really, really help out the channel. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Here's to another one. Take very, very good care of yourselves. All the very best. Bye-bye.